Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Command Center. My name is David DeLeon, K. Commander Lionheart, back again with a brand spanking new episode of First Strike, a show where I sit down, play the beginning of a video game. Tonight, I am joined by the one, the only Mishi, right here. Don't worry, he's gonna fall eventually from my shoulder, so you won't see him much. But tonight is a special night. Tonight is the penultimate episode. I call these episodes. These are streams, but these are episodes to me. See? He's falling already. Anyways, this is the penultimate episode of Season 2 of First Strike, the show where I sit down, play the beginning of a video game, and in tonight's case, it's a very special First Strike because we are going back to the beginning of one of the best JRPG series of all time, and one that is very dear and near to my heart, even though it's mostly the Trails of Cold Steel games. But tonight, we are going back to the beginning. It's time for The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. Also, hello, Mostro Loco. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a grand old time. Mishi says, hope you have a grand old time as well. Anyways, let's begin. It's gonna be a while. No, it's a JRPG, so it's gonna start off slow. Here's the deal. I actually did record once, back before I started doing streams and shit, an episode of this game of Trails in the Sky, but I never released it. And it got lost in the ether when my computer just went to hell, and I had to send it to the doctor to repair it and whatnot. So that got that will never see the light of day. It's lost to the darkness forever. But here we are, going to begin. God, look at that nightmare mode description though. It's your funeral. May Adios be with you. Yeah, no, we're going normal. I would go easy, but there is no easy mode in this game, so yeah. Hope everybody's doing fantastically today. Hope everybody is doing well. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today. Scara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Honey, I'm home. Daddy! God. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Oh, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Hey, the big blanket, the Sabana Grande. That's where I live. The big sheet. Or the big blanket, I don't know. However you want to say it. Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. And why don't you come have a look? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss, or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? That's kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. Should be. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Damn, she went like... I think that Estelle is bipolar. She went way too soft immediately. He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. Certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. A pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Hurt? Hurt! Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Chera, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake. That girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Yeah, something like that. Oh, look! Huh? He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Oh, that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! Métele! You're shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it longer for your body to heal. Just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Do you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the... Quit yelling! Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do you? Do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear Yelling? Never mind, just forget it. Word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name! You know, that thing that people call you? Told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? Seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Detriment? Fine. My name is Slim Shady. 1 minute for you to use Arnold's voice when you read Cassius Bright. Alright, I'll read it the next time that that Cassius pops up. But it should be soon. Right after this anime intro. Which, back in these days, still not top notch, you know? They're not. This is no Trails of Cold Steel 2, 3, and 4 intro, but you know, it's still an anime intro. Can I get to pre-order a PS5, Motro? I managed to do it by this slim of a chance on Amazon, because I think that the second after I pre-ordered mine, it was out of stock, and I haven't. I'm trying to like look for other opportunities to pre-order for other people that I know. So, and so far nothing. Like Walmart sent me an email and I saw it like 30 minutes late because I put on the get in stock notification thing, and no, it was apparently gone in seconds. Like there's bots or something just ready to get that shit. Mostly for scalpers, because scalpers are the worst and they're the ones who are trying to do it. You know, Walmart, God, I don't know, man. I haven't been to Walmart And I don't know if they're gonna be stocked or not by November 12th. Probably not, or out of stock. Yeah. Like if you go to the Walmart page right now, it's gonna say out of stock. Trying to get stock for future and whatnot, but. Oh hey, it's Agate! Or Agate. I don't know. I know it's Agate, but I call him Agate. That's the thing, I don't want to have to camp outside for 3 days prior. Yeah, man. Also, I have heard that Walmart former Mayagüez doesn't do a very good job stocking. Yeah. That Walmart, the shipping is like quite a ways. Amazon, what I did, and don't tell Amazon, but what I did was I got Prime, ordered the thing, so it didn't charge me for shipping, and then just canceled Prime immediately afterwards, and it'll stick. Like, the day that they ship me the PS5, I don't need to have Prime. They'll just ship it. Also, I did get a notification, and everybody who ordered through Amazon has gotten the notification that it won't be here on day one. Obviously, Puerto Rico never gets anything from Amazon Prime day one. Yeah. It's so bright in here. I know it's not Cassius G, but I'm gonna do all voices. As yawn. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Daddy's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Look outside, there's probably Amazon tanks. Yeah. Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then too. I think my net is lagging. Maybe. Nice, Joshua! Bravo! Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. I was already up when I heard you start to play. That was the better option. Can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Wish you could use Leonhard. I mean, your theory is still in question, though, about Hajimari no Kiseki, Motro, so we'll see. But I mind, what with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age. I'm hardly a man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. I'm getting... My goddamn throat is no. We may be the same age, but I'm clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? She calling him a simp! Gee, we learned about that from Alba and Preach recently, about simps, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, how fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. Wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. True! That is very true. I have tried playing the harmonica on this show for many times now. I can't for my life. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. Really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. We all read that, right? Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with you with just that. Well, excuse me, princess! Spoiler? Ah. Well, they do get together in the... Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies, although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? Damn, bruh! That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Estelle! Joshua! It's me, Cassius! Aha! Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. On my way. God, freaking just still. Bro. Joshua, it's you who likes her. Thanks for a grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you got enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, it'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still like understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. You want to be treated as like an adult. You should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer, just like me. Haha. It's very ladylike, huh? Yeah, very ladylike. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. Ah, that's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training. Do you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap! Totally forgot! Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't let it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't understand how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve? I don't know what a sieve is, but... Popeye said, how could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you! I swear the two of you act so much alike. Whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Chera's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Bracers, the Trail Series Scooby-Doo gang. Basically. Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs, for that matter. Aha, you're right. Just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I just have the usual fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have a favor. Pass before you head out. I'd like you to pick up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. Received 500 metal. Damn, that's very gourmet. I haven't had scallops in a while. Long ass while. If there's any money left over, if there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However that means, no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Shara my regards. Tell her. We'll bang, okay? Also, let's see if this sucker can just stay here for a while. What are scallops? Never heard or had them? You know, I've eaten them and I don't know what they are, but I think that they're like seafood, maybe. Either that or... That's a good question. What the hell are scallops? Google! Here we go! Gonna stop. File. Scallop is a common name that is primarily applied to any one of numerous species of saltwater clams or marine bivalve mollusks in the taxonomic family. Google definition. Yeah, I've had them. It's been a while since I've had some of them, but it's been a while. I'm not a big fan of them, but you know, they're edible. Will he fall? He will fall. I can guarantee you that 100%. There he goes. Bye, Mishi. Anyways, let's get rolling then. And no, this is the default speed. This is turbo mode. And unfortunately, unlike in Trails of Cold Steel, you know, for PS4 and whatnot, there is no... I have to constantly hold the L2 button to maintain the turbo mode. Otherwise, it'll just maintain the normal speed. North, south, where we need to go? Pretty sure. Oh, never mind. It's the other way. It's the other way. Never mind. Curious how there's no enemies popping up right now. Guess that until you don't get the bracer thingamajig, the enemies will not appear. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Oh, you're in luck. Today's our last day of training. Truth be told though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. So we have a panaderia. We have the weapon shop. And there's the guild. Where's the... I think that... I don't remember. Of course I can't press both, I guess. I don't know. No! What happened? Shit. I think I pressed the wrong thing. There it is. Well, excuse me for sucking. Huh. Curious. Anyways, the guild. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? She's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. Last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune! Man, we have not done that. Mythos. I know that you're not here yet. Or at all. But we haven't done Wheel of Fortune stream. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara! Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Wah! Joshua! Shara's picking on me! Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I like Joshua. He's... I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Oh, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You don't read the cards? You didn't believe in the heart of the cards. Is something alright? That's a surprise to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. I have a few thoughts on that. What would you like to know about? Omens are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or process septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Remember that one, G? Those are predictions. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. You know, the family business. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the Bracers in each region. Stop with the classes! The Kingdom of Libero, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Samurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Libero is proud to be one of the leading producers of Septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbment. Also, you sound like Estelle right now, G. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Libero in protecting its independence, as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Libero was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Libero enjoys peace. Enjoys peace. For now. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. You sound like a certain history teacher which may or may not be involved with a certain church? I have no idea who you're talking about. My. Reen, my boy. Would you like to join the church? Shara, how's today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Well, since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real Bracer job. So what you're saying is there won't be any studying at a desk involved. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time, you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile of your face on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it! Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two, go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs, also anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh! Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all Bracers. We're gonna use them. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got this. Too many words, G? Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. Bulletin board is approached. A whing! Mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. I thought this was the practical portion. You really do sound like Estelle, don't you? Client, this training will involve searching the sewers. Giving the Estelle spirit. Oh, it's nice. See? Bringing back the contents of a chest. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board, and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer notebook. The Bracer notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut button on the configuration menu. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. And all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I just have to be more motivated. Why does it have an age? Is that so? Is that so? Remember, a certain comrade wasn't big on the studies either. Oh yeah. Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orville factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things. Make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here is where you will learn how to use an Orville factory services. At an Orville factory, you can modify your I can't talk! At an Orville factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orville arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation. The guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Orville factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. No problem! Leave everything to me! So, what is it that you would like to know about? Ormans are... Skip. Ormans are... Skip. I'm skipping all of this because this is... I know, people. This is all boring. I know. I'm telling G not to be an Estelle, but... I get it, especially for what I'm trying to do here. Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. There's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services now. For that, you're going to need some Sepith. Leave 0 of each type of elemental Sepith. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbment. In your case, Estelle, an elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you would be able to exchange Sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select Modify or Trade to use the Orville factory service. And it's not like we don't know what's Orville tech. I mean, we do because we've played Trails of Cold Steel 1 through 3. The Empire, the Kingdom. Time element. I'm just gonna do one of each. Alright, it looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install quartz into your armament so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Be installed in the armament screen, yada yada yada. We already did that. Recovery and attack arts. It's out by looking at the making the necessary quartz, then you can synthesize them in a noble factory. Ben and I already did one attack and one thingamajig, so I put the thing. Where's 4? Why are you asking? God damn it. That's answers, man. Answers. Right, alright, I get it. Not the attack one, I guess. Oh, let's see if it's the HP one. Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your odds out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. For anyone out there who pre-order, heads up, they will be billing soon. Yeah, for those who ordered Trails of Cold Steel 4 via the NIS America store, they're gonna start the billing process on the 23rd of this month, meaning Tuesday. GPSA. This PSA is brought to you by G. Additionally, your Bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz, that matches. Arts, quartz, and charts in your Bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your armaments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use this Sepith and open a slot on each of your ornaments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Slot number 2. There's not enough to open another one. Central slot is not. Oh lord, Lion, emphasize the O on slot. On the slot? Or the slot? Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Oval Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for. The qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Way too many, Michael Scott? I guess. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Italy! Joshua! Help me! Mr. Mulders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. Going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. Expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara. But now... I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebooks unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? Ah, what a relief. Oh, divine Adios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace for bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. God damn it. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. It's supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. If you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air to the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying! You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Alright, finally we're gonna have some combat. Appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging in any further battles. Armor charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, a mark will appear and two choices will be displayed pressing the OK button. By selecting the rest option, all HP and EP will be restored. Sounds like a plan to me. So yeah, these things are, if you've ever played Kingdom Hearts, it's like the healing save points in those games. Speaking of save points, I probably should save. Oh hey, Steam actually does have my old save. from that one time that I did do the first strike. The old first strike. And I wish this was on the Switch. Yep, it would be so much better on the Switch. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of a battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Yeah, I know all this. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move if you are using a mouse and click on an location. Highlighted area indicates the distance the character move. Selecting a target. Break. Selecting a target in this area will move the character to attack. When an enemy is out of range, an icon will appear on your cursor. Selecting an out of range target will move the character as close to it as possible, but no attack will be performed. Se jodió. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there, menacingly. God damn it. Why, game? Why? I like this style of game in handheld, yeah. Just find those enemy munitions, I will fight at Huawei. Here come some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay! Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts also make long-range attacks possible, but they require time to cast. EP is consumed when arts are used. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or by using charge stations and other items like an EP charge. Arts are effective against foes which are difficult to hit with a weapon or those on which physical attacks have little effect. It takes time before arts can be cast. Also, EP is consumed when arts are cast. All arts have an element. Determine the element most effective against your foe and use it. No. Yes. Yes.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, I just attack. And that is why you die a lot, G. Because you just attack. So let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that! Crafts have range limits, but can be utilized instantly. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. Crafts are character-specific skills which not only deal out damage, but also have a broad range of effects. Using crafts consumes CP. CP is gradually gained by dealing out or receiving damage in battle. How to encourage allies.
Come on.
Chama! To strike. You're dead. Hey. And you did.
All right, we're good to go.
Also, that kind of sounded like Johnny Young Bosch, which is who will be voicing Joshua in Trails of Cold Steel 4. Did you check, G? Wait. The chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. That's great. That's awesome. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. Wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. These devastating attacks can only be unleashed when the CP gauge is above 100. S-Breaks are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order. S-Crafts which are unleashed as S-Breaks can be changed by going on Tactics and then set S-Break within the main menu. These are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order once the CP gauge has reached 0. S-Crafts which will be used as S-Break can be changed by going to Tactics and press the button to unleash an S-Break. An S-Break cannot be unleashed under the circumstances. Press the button and try unleashing an S-Break. If you are using a keyboard, you may use the 1-4 number keys or the arrow keys to select it before unleashing it. I am not. I am using a controller.
Here I come.
Massive damage. You've got to be joking. Gonna look at that double slash. What the hell's the... Oh, there it is. That kinda does sound like Johnny Young Bosch.
Piece of cake.
Before we fight that other enemy, hello John, welcome to the stream, let's heal up. Hope you're having a grand old time, John. We're here, I'm here. We are here, because joined by Michi. Here playing Trails of Cold Steel, Trails in the Sky. You know it. You'll maybe love it. That Joshua? That character? Yeah. Joshua. Here. Just got home. So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we've made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. He did the voice in Trails in the Sky, but it's uncredited? Okay. So, because I believe that this version of Trails in the Sky is Evolution, which was basically like a remastered version that they then... Because this game originally came out on the PSP Then Evolution came out on the PS Vita in Japan. I believe that this one is the Evolution version, which has voice acting. At least, not complete voice acting, but, you know, like, in the animations and stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting. He is coming back then for Trails of Cold Steel 4. During battle, there are several bonuses which can be allowed to turns. Turn bonuses have the same effect regardless of whether they are allotted to an ally or a foe. Using S-breaks to ignore the battle order makes it easy to jump in and strip an enemy of their turn bonus. That's true. You always want to do that when playing these games. These icons indicate the bonuses allotted to the battle order. If a bonus icon appears next to a character's icon, they will receive that bonus. Heal, HP, step above, etc. indicate the effects of each icon. Etele. I severely need a craft that is like an AoE attack, honestly. Have you played Ace Combat 7? No. I have it because G loaned it to me, but I have not played it. If you played any Ace Combat, I played a little bit of Assault Horizon one day at G's house, but it was like only a few minutes. I was planning on doing an Ace Combat First Strike when Top Gun came out, but since that, still a long ways. I mean, I was going to do Assault Horizon when Top Gun Maverick came out, so. Found small box by 2. That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but 2 is kinda interesting too. Wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. Pretty sure looking inside these boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. What I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here can get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right? Feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Did you just say the F word? No. Oh, Estelle, I did not say the fuck word. Been playing Ace Combat 7 on PC and I have something to run by you. Oh boy. Yep, opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for both of us. If this were a real job, the concept of those boxes would belong to the client. As long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? For now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Ace Combat 7 is great. Alright. Alright. Oh, let me read the... By looking inside this chest again, you flunk. Just kidding. That's... I like that. That's good humor. Apparently each chest has like something different to say. That's great. It's something that the later games just didn't do, like Trails of Cold Steel. Picture a game like Ace Combat, where you get to buy different units of known famous craft to use in battle. A war going on and you are a soldier in it. There's Earth and space battles. There's a war going on between 3 factions and you're fighting in it. Gee, is this all true? You beat on the game? The music is also amazing. I really like the one in Assault Horizon 2. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, the real deal. Alright. Ace Combat 7. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. Whew, that was a close one. Figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. Didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test? You'll have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's head back to the head guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. This game is made by the Ace Combat team, who works Bandai on the series already, and it's a Gundam game. Wait, what? Want the Ace Combat team to make a Gundam so bad? Ace Combat is basically Gundam without the Gundams? Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolve the situation... Sorry. And the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You report your results to the front desk in each guild branch, and as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. Branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select report to report to the guild. Ace Combat Foundation with the Gundam license would be amazing. Maybe I'll start it up. I'm going through Injustice 2 right now. So far, it's the only game that is holding up my interest. Yes, literally, I have started like 5 games lately, and all of them, I just start them, drop them. Start them and drop them, start them and drop them. Injustice 2, I guess it's going to be the next game that I beat either tonight or tomorrow. Who knows? Keep paying for training. Current rank is Junior Bracer 9th class. Good job, you two. It seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You also accumulate points, known as BP. BP are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in a rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebook, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Aina. And sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. Truly intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing Shara, it'll involve the whip. Whoosh. Oh, you do get to the stratosphere and there's a space elevator and 3 factions. I was that way before I started Ace Combat 7. This is my second time through the game and first on PC. Games is beautiful on PC. Let me say it again. Good work, you two! You have now officially completed the entire training course. Now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Shara holds out 2 small boxes. Are those boxes the ones? In answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. Seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Right, let's have a look. Estelle and Joshua open the boxes. Receive Junior Bracer Emblem. This crest is. Does this mean that we're Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright? Beginning this day at 500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as Junior Bracers within Bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We've become members of the Bracer Guild! I'm a Bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua, you should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this! Yoo-hoo! Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand you have been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father Cassius trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? Well, it's not that you want to bang him. There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. But she definitely wants that Cassius. You know what? As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged Bracers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable Bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. Get banned from entering a certain empire. Yep. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Shara, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young Bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your point of view, it doesn't come as a surprise that you will see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as Junior Bracers. Right! Hoping to beat the campaign of Ace Combat 7 tonight, and then have the DLCs to do. I don't know what I'm going to play next. Maybe Disaster Report 4, since I bought and downloaded it the other day. He's entangled with a certain traveling poet prince. I have no idea who you're talking about. Hurry up and come on! Wait for me, Luke! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Oh, great! It's Estelle! Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp. What's with the "oh great, it's Estelle" remark? What's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? Roads are full of monsters. I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know that there's no room for girls to be sticking to their big... I couldn't read it. Quit acting like you're a Bracer, you wannabe. Tisk tisk. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberо than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm. What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle! In fact, as of just a few moments ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers! Rich racer! Never mind. PS Plus is on sale right now. 50% off. I'm holding off. Like, I have a wish list of games. And I'm just holding off. Because Cold Steel 4 is gonna get charged next week. Starting next week. Today I received Mario 3D All-Stars. Tomorrow, my Power Morpher is supposed to arrive. Crash Bandicoot the first week of November. So, money, I need the money. And God, I say Crash Bandicoot, and it's almost magical, isn't it? That I say Crash Bandicoot, and Surge Ability shows up just to say Crash Bandicoot Mobile. You know? I can't even. Also, hello Surge Ability. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're having a grand old time. Or like braces in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now, a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua become a bracer before me. You're getting passed by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. That means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You'd better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to go train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm gonna be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. Always on time for my Crash Bandicoot Mobile reference. That boy, look, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. Wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it. Just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. Your heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. Estelle, are you forgetting something? Dad asked us to pick up a copy of the Liberal News from at the general goods store, right? Oh, right. Completely slipped my mind. Oopsie. So I think that this is general goods. Yep, this is. I have season 4, part 1 of My Hero Academia 30, and that's about it. I have a couple of things. Also, lest we forget the PS5 on November 12th. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. What are you in the market for today? A new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new shoes in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable! You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stregas aren't out yet. I do, however, have some copies of the Liberal News, if that's what you're after. Alright, I'll take one copy then. That comes to 100 mil, please. Now, my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? It sure does! The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camera woman who who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. But enough about that. Why don't you tell me how you did today? Did you make it to Bracers? Today was your last day of training, wasn't it? Yep, everything went smoothly too. But how did you know about all that? In a certain sense, both you and Joshua are like celebrities here in Roland. I tend to hear a lot from customers coming through there. Couldn't have expected anything less from Roland. Grapevine around here is seriously something to be reckoned with. No kidding, the women here especially love to gossip. One more thing before you go. This gives it my way of saying congratulations. A free sample item I received with my shipment of goods. Don't hold the free part against me. Ah, yes, cooking. What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to hitting bombs all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So if you eat something new, write down what's in it and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. That's not how... I'm not. I can't. I'm not. Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Learn maple cookie recipe. Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Just eat something and you'll know what the recipe is. Simple as that. You'll know all the ingredients and composition of what was used to make that food. As a Trails noob, Trails of Cold Steel are direct sequels to Trails in the Sky, or are they separate? So Trails of Cold Steel 1 is the 6th game in this series. Trails in the Sky is the first one. Trails of Cold Steel is the 6th one. They are connected. The world is connected throughout all of the games and arcs. But I started with Trails of Cold Steel because that's the one that was accessible to me at the time. And I wasn't really lost. You start to get lost like in Trails of Cold Steel 3 because they start bringing up characters from this game, from these 3 games, the Trails in the Sky trilogy, and the 2 Crossbow games, which is Trails to Asher and Trails to Zero, which have never been localized to the West. They are only in Japanese, so. But yeah, they are interconnected. It's not like Final Fantasy where every Final Fantasy is a different node. This one is every game, every one of these games takes place in the same world. These characters do intersect with one another. Trails of Cold Steel 4 actually will have all of the protagonists from past games. Estelle and Joshua. Lloyd Bannings from Trails to Zero, and my boy Reen from Trails of Cold Steel. But, you know, you can totally start... it's a constant debate between me and Melman, because Daniel Melman keeps insisting that you need to play Trails in the Sky first. I say you can play whichever one you want. The combat evolves as time progresses. This was released in Japan, I believe, like in 2005. It was released to us here in America in 2007. So it is a little bit slower paced battle system. I think that Trails of Cold Steel has a much better battle system. It's basically the same battle system, except that it's been refined and it's much better. The added feature of turbo mode in the PlayStation 4 and Steam versions of Trails of Cold Steel make it a much more bearable and tolerable game. Not that it wasn't before, but once you have a taste of turbo mode in one of these games, you want turbo mode in literally any turn-based RPG, because it makes combat and grinding just move so much faster. But yeah, these games, they're basically all connected. Trails of Cold Steel, like I said, is the 6th game, which focuses on a different group. Right now, we are in Liberl, that is to the south of the continent of Samuria, which that's where the games take place. The world or continent where it takes place. Liberl is to the south, and Erebonia is to the north, which is where the events of Trails of Cold Steel take place. And they are like, it's a very fascinating world and characters. I especially love it because of the political story that it entails these games, because the Empire of Erebonia is always at constant struggles and fights with other parts of the continent and whatnot. Crossbell, the city of Crossbell, is kind of like in the middle ground of two of Erebonia and Calvard, which is a rival to Erebonia at all times. Basically, think of it like USA and Russia, I guess. It goes deeper than that, but you know, there's secret societies and shit that are trying to do something. I don't know. It's once you get into these games, you will appreciate like their stories and their characters and stuff. This feels almost as complicated as Kingdom Hearts. To the outside eye, it might seem that way, but it's actually not. It's much more simpler than Kingdom Hearts and even Metal Gear Solid. Like, take the whole... these games are basically almost like a marriage between both, because it's the geopolitical intrigue of Metal Gear fused with like RPG, like an RPG like Kingdom Hearts and whatnot. Obviously, this is turn-based. This isn't an action RPG like Kingdom Hearts. This one is more akin, at least in Trails of Cold Steel, to like Final Fantasy X. You are in Trails of Cold Steel. You're actually like a military student. Seems that way, but trust me, it's very easy. Metal Gear is simple compared to Kingdom Hearts, and the Trails of series, it's simple compared to Metal Gear and Kingdom Hearts. So there's that. So yeah, that's why I recommend Trails of Cold Steel 1. It is a little bit anime-ish, you know. It has its tropes and shit and whatnot. And trust me, even I, someone who likes anime and all that shit, I was kind of like, at the beginning, but they quickly brush it off a little bit at the beginning. Trails of Cold Steel 2 is my favorite of all the games that I've played in this series. Because it is, well, I'm not gonna spoil what happens in Trails of Cold Steel 2. Just know that shit hits the fan and it gets so great. I really can't wait for Trails of Cold Steel 4, because it's going to be very similar to Trails of Cold Steel 2. And it's going to be very Avengers Endgame-ish. Or Infinity War in this case. Hajimari no Kiseki, which is the next game in the series, will probably be more Avengers Endgame-ish, where everybody's here. It's not like I don't like cooking at all. It's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit! And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs. You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. And yes, G, blockheading. Eating the recommended dish at restaurants or using to-go meals adds the recipe to the recipe book. By selecting the recipe book, oh yeah, we get it. Bye. Thank you. Let's move. Cold Steel 4 will be the last one? No. It will be the last Cold Steel game. but it will not be the last Trails game. It will presumably wrap up some of the stuff in the Trails of Cold Steel games, but there's still going to be much more after that. Like, the next game, which is Hajimari no Kiseki, which is roughly translated to Trails of the Beginning, will introduce new characters, but also bring back the previous protagonists, which are these guys as well, as my boy Rin. Estelle, Joshua, am I glad I found you two? Oh wait, I need to up the energy. Oh hi, Aina. Something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry. We've got a bit of a problem. Your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat run off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland. You mean the Tower of Ismelas? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they said. Unfortunately, at the moment, Shara is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. Trails of. Because... Oh, boy, okay. Are you saying that Trails of, which is Trails in the Sky, Trails to Asher, Trails of Cold Steel, or are you saying Tales of, which is Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Exilia, Tales of Systeria? Because that's a different franchise completely, and those games, they are kind of like the Final Fantasy. They almost all of them take place in different worlds and shit. They are not connected with each other, except Systeria and Berseria and Exilia 1 and 2. And Symphonia Dawn of Light or Darkness, I forget. Explain Trails of, but now I need an explanation of Tales of. Okay. So the Tales of series is a much more action... Trails of is all connected? Yes. The Tales of series is an action RPG series. They are not... RPG are too complicated. I'll go back to Knack. Hey. Don't come at me if I keep tagging you whenever Knack is being mentioned or Blinks. It's you just mentioned him, not me. Tales of, well, like we say here in PR, son otro 20 pesos. Yeah. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know if that's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Ismelas Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along the Malga Trail. You can get onto the Malga Trail through Roland's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you know where to find me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. Right behind you. Let me save, by the way. Also, that guy is still trying to walk into those boxes, isn't he? But yeah, the Tales of games. That new Tom Holland movie is out on Netflix. the devil all the time. Double Toaster reviewed that, so I think that they said that it was good, right? I don't remember. Northwest side, northwest side, northwest. But yeah, the Tales of series, that's another beast entirely. I've only played Symphonia and Exilia or Cilia. I don't know how you're supposed to. Sure, nothing bad will happen. Into a matinee. Okay. It's I already forgot what they gave the damn thing. Oh, fuck you. God damn it, come on! Just hit that thing! Damn, that hurt.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, the Tales of series. Like I said, I've only played Symphonia, which, fun fact, from Symphonia is where Midos got his name. There's a character called Midos in that game, and that's why he goes by Midos Gaming 29. Personally, I prefer Tales of Exilia, mostly because of one Jude Mathis. God damn it, could you please stop?
That's that. Let's move.
Yeah, it's much more action oriented than these games. Tales of Vesperia is great. Oh yeah, G has played Vesperia. I'm kind of like, I almost bought Berseria once. I have not personally played it. That's the last one that they've done, besides the Vesperia Definitive Edition. I have heard it's good, I think. I'm just kind of holding off from playing them until the new one, Tales of Arise, comes out. Cause that's the big next gen one.
Alright, we're good to go.
But they're good games. I really like them in terms of being RPGs and shit. Ah. Oh. No. The damn cookbook. Well, I have none of those. Oh, great. Stella might be dying over here in a while if I don't give her something. Healing salve. We can still leave. Leave. Jesus H. Christ. Come on! Really? Usually I save up S-crafts for bosses, but
Here I come.
yo, come with me, you want to live, or alternatively.
Let's do this!
His music, though. Oh, thank God, it missed.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Live with me, you want to... I need a healing station, like, ASAP. I may have to go back to the city and heal. I don't know if there's any healing stations nearby. Also, as you can see, there's not great visibility. North. Fuck. Oof. Yeah, better run. Better run it. I'll just run it. I was just making sure that they didn't get me from behind. Never get caught by behind. I have Berseria, actually. I have Berseria, Vesperia, Cysteria, Symphonia, Exalia. I have the greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. God, I really need a save station. Save station. That's not it. This is not the way. This is not the way. Hey, you know the way? Well, fuck. Yep.
Not now.
Just how I imagined that this stream would end. With a game over. Party defeated! Yeah, I know.
Now.
Oh, sorry.
Game over. You died. Anyways, people, that's about it for today's episode of First Strike. The Mando is very disappointed. I don't care. That's it for today's episode of First Strike. Thank you, everybody, all so much for chatting, for lurking, and for dropping on by here on the stream. I'll be back on Sunday with more Spooderman, Spooder Guy, as well as on Monday with the end of Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. And before you go, before you leave, just listen to me. Next week's episode of First Strike, you don't want to miss it. You absolutely don't. Make an appointment. Make it. Mark it down, because it's going to be the season finale of First Strike, which is Final Strike. And it's going to be Dark Souls 2. There will be yelling. There will be screaming. There will be a lot more deaths than this. That is a guarantee. That is 100% guaranteed. So, yeah. Get motivated for that. Get good. The getting good's not gonna get good. It's not gonna work, man. It's also, I will be playing. I will try to do a full playthrough of this game in December. We'll see how that goes. So make sure to tune in by then. And speaking of full playthroughs, remember in October I will be starting the Resident Evil playthrough as well. So, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. I don't know if my body can handle so much. Anyways, people, until next time, may your hearts be your guiding key. And remember to stay inside, stay alive, stay hydrated, and be kind to everybody. And also, so that you can stay up to date with what I'm going to be streaming, remember to give me a follow over on twitch.tv/CommanderLionheart and youtube.com/CommanderLionheart. So, until the next one, have yourselves a good night.